One more time, Namaste to everybody. My name is Prangali Dani and I'm representing HinduSpeakers Bureau. This is my very first time here. So very excited to be here and one more time, thank you for giving me this opportunity. Namaste. The question was, what are the representative symbols within my religion? And if there is any explanation and any mention of it in our scriptures. Did I capture the first question right?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
So the first symbol is Namaste, which is I bow down to the noble soul inside you. My soul is praying and bowing into the noble soul which is in front of me. So that's the meaning, eternal meaning of the word Namaste. And we join our hands and we do Namaste this way. So that's the very first symbol and very widely used symbol. It's not a symbol anymore. It has become a widely accepted gesture. So Hinduism is it is a very highly diverse religion, embraces the belief that there are multiple paths to attain the ultimate truth, the moksha, the liberation. It acknowledges that there isn't just one singular way to reach this state. And with that said, just like Namaste, there are many other symbols that are considered sacred universally. And the most popular amongst those are Om, the word Om, which is also very popular nowadays, mostly used or also used during yoga and meditation. Swastika, Trishul, the trident, Tilak, which also I have applied the dot on the forehead. So I'll be covering these symbols to be very specific for today's discussion. So this is how you see the symbols Om, Swastika, Trishul, and Namaste, and the Tilak, which is the dot on the forehead. Now, what word Om means is etymologically the origin of word Om has long been discussed and first mentioned in the Vedic text of Hinduism called as Upanishad, and also in the very first verse of another such Vedic text called as Rig Veda. Most sacred amongst many other symbols of Hinduism is this Om, and can also be seen in other religions like Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, and even in Zoroastrianism. So this word Om and symbol Om is used both as a symbol and as a sound. Like when we do meditation, we chant this word in a rhythmic manner, like Om. So this is the sound of the word, and you can also see the symbol at many places. And with the recent affirmation from NASA, the sound on the surface of the sun is also similar to that of Om. If the sound waves could travel from sun to us, we would hear this noise in the fashion of the word or the sound of Om. So hence the eternal meaning and the eternity of that symbol itself. The other very important symbol in Hinduism is swastika. It is also a very ancient symbol and is considered very, very auspicious. Every Hindu family, every Hindu ritual starts with this symbol. You would see this very commonly used, and you can see this very widely also. It's been used since the early Vedic period, like another symbol of ours, Om, and it carries very positive connotations. It represents the auspiciousness, good fortune, and well being. The term swastika is derived from the Sanskrit word swasti or swastik, which means well being or being fortunate, and hence its use. According to Hindu scriptures, the swastika symbolizes the sun, the cycle of life, and the eternal nature of the universe. As you see, swastika has four arms that represents the four directions, north, south, east, west, the four main ones. It also represents the four sacred Vedas of Hinduism, and it also represents the four stages of the human life, which is four ashramas in the way Hinduism sees it. Your student life, brahmacharya, you being an householder, your grihastha ashram, you being past your household life, you as a forest dweller or see in the seeking of that truth, vanaprastha ashram, and the state where you are renunciating everything That is the sannyas ashram. So these four stages of life is also something that swastika represents. And since it carries those positive connotations very widely used in every ritual, um, the ritual begins itself with Om and swastika. The third very important symbol that I am also wearing is Tilak. If you visit any Hindu family, any temple, you would be offered the that red dot on your forehead if you are willing to participate. So Hindu scriptures emphasizes on the concept of inner awakening, the self-realization, and recognizing the divine within oneself. So the tilak serves as a visible symbol of this spiritual awareness and devotion. It represents the presence of the divine and the pursuit of higher consciousness, which one always strives for, or one should always strive for. The tilak, or that dot on the forehead, has been an integral part of Hindu culture for centuries, representing a shared identity and adherence to religious practices. Now, applied in the center of the forehead also represents the third eye, the Agnya Chakra. For those who follow yoga and meditation, would know what I'm talking about. So, this location is associated right between your eyebrows. It is associated with higher consciousness and inner vision. When you meditate, this is the point you focus on, and hence the tilak is applied on that very spot to remind you of what you need to achieve in life. So, these are the basic or main important symbols that I wanted to share information about, its relevance in our scriptures, and what they mean. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and let's give a round of applause. I didn't know that there were so many symbols that were used in Hinduism.
Yes, they are.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm so sorry, I don't want to take any more time away from your second question because I know you have to go really soon. So would you like to go ahead and start the second question as well?
Yes, I just wanted to take a break so that people also can, digest the information that I shared. I don't overwhelm. I can certainly go with the second question also. The second question was, what is the purpose of religious symbols? If there are any such special religious events or ceremonies, please introduce them. Did I cover the question right?
Yes, very good.
Thank you. So the purpose of religious symbol, I would say the purpose is very multifaceted and can vary based upon the symbol itself because we have so many symbols. So the general purpose and functions of most of Hindu religious symbols is what they represent or how we can draw parallels from those symbols that we see in front of us. So the first symbol or the purpose that I can think is the representation of the cosmic life and the deities. We use symbols to serve as visual reminders, facilitating our devotion and connection with the divine. Symbols like Om also symbolizes or draws our connection with the cosmic sound and the ultimate reality, whereas other symbols like Trishul and Swastika has larger meaning than life. Few of the symbols also are used for facilitating the meditation and focus. Symbols can aid in meditation and concentration by providing a focal point for the mind. For example, we also have different yantras or geometrical symbols that I haven't covered today, but those are used for meditation, representing the divine energy of deities. Meditating on yantra is believed to evoke that spiritual and transformative experience. Um, Other representations or why the symbols, the other reasons that I can think of is they are also used to express these spiritual concepts. Now, religious symbol in Hinduism convey profound spiritual concepts and philosophical ideas. They act as a visual metaphor and convey complex teachings in a simplified form. For instance, the dot on the forehead, it is a constant reminder of that inner internal energy or the third eye that is within you, which can be revoked anytime you want. It also signifies, many symbols also signifies the sacred spaces, Symbols are often found in temples or shrines or the place where you do worship, yoga, or meditation. And these are considered to be very sacred places in Hinduism. The mark of these locations as spaces of divine presence, and they also facilitate the nature of the very atmosphere, making it very sacred. Now, symbolic representations of deities or auspicious signs on the walls, altars, and entrances can also be seen, thus reminding us of keeping the inner purity always alive within us. Coming to the special festivals and events and the way these symbols are used, now there are many religious events and ceremonies followed across Hinduisms in different sects, different tribes, different regions. We are very diverse, and hence the number of religions and the celebrations is also huge. It varies across regions, and the few notable ones, the important ones which have become very popular globally, are festivals like Diwali, Navratri, Holi, the one which most of us might have seen or celebrated. So the Diwali is known as the festival of lights. Diwali is one of the most important and very popular Hindu festival, also celebrated in White House. It celebrates the triumph of light over the darkness and good over evil. It involves lighting lamps, decorating homes, exchanging gifts like any other festival, and performing puja or worshipping the deities using these symbols is an important aspect of not just Diwali but all our festivals. Another such important festival is Navratri. It is a 9-day, 9-night festival in the honor of the divine feminine energy. We worship the feminine energy within us and around us. It involves elaborate dance performances, fasting, worship of various forms of goddesses, the feminine aspect of life. And just like many other festivals, it is also a symbol of victory of good over evil. Holi, the one which recently passed in the month of March or April, that is when we celebrate Holi. It also falls around the springtime, and it is also known as the Festival of Colors. Now, Holi is celebrated in various forms throughout the nation and across the globe, and it involves throwing colored powder and water at each other, singing, dancing, eating good food. But the most important aspect that it reminds and teaches us is to treat everyone equally. When you throw colors, everybody looks same. And in the newer world, when we focus on IDE, inclusivity, diversity, equity, festivals like Holi are embedded in our culture. And the teachings of IDE are something which can be transformed from festivals like Holi. These are our main festivals, very popular ones, celebrated globally, that I wanted to share with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's give a round of applause for her answers.
I hope I didn't went too fast, but I also wanted to be considerate of time. So I was just making sure that I keep up with my pace.
Yes, I think you had a very well balance of that.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And I've seen from many of the audience members that they're very familiar with, is it Holi? Holi?
Yay.
Right? Yeah, so there's a lot of people who do also participate in those events, and I've also seen it myself. It is a really nice festival and celebration. It's another part of, well, that culture, like you just introduced to us. Really amazing.
And I'll make a note to myself that next time, whenever we are celebrating any of these festivals, I'll send invitation to all the panelists and the audiences here to celebrate it with us, with me.
Yeah, I think that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Let's give one more round of applause. Yes, she did double the work and she had to do 2 questions at once. So the other panelists, yes, I do appreciate your efforts.